Hi friends, this is Dr. Vatiri from the Genesis Life Wellness Center. I want to thank you again for joining me on another segment of our program called The Truth About Chiropractic, where we discuss different questions that people may have as far as going to a chiropractor or trying to get some more information about the whole concept of chiropractic. Now, one of the frequently asked questions I hear from people who've never been to a chiropractor or have never had their spine adjusted before is they wonder if the adjustment or the chiropractic procedure, the manipulation, they wonder if it hurts. Is it painful? And sometimes that's a tough question to answer because there's basically two types of patients. There are patients who come here that are in severe pain. They have severe pain in their neck, or they have sciatica in their back going down their leg. And then there's patients who come here who basically come here for my wellness program, which is our wellness weight loss program. And they get adjusted, they get their spine corrected and straightened out and put into balance for the simple purpose of removing neurological interference to improve their overall wellness. So with understanding that, let's talk about the patient who comes in and they're in a lot of pain. They've had severe low back pain or they have severe neck pain, and there's a lot of tenderness in their spine. So from that perspective, when somebody lies down on my adjusting table to get their adjustment, just lying down could be painful. The fact that I'm going to touch their spine could be painful. The fact that I have to move them in a certain position could be painful. But what I have found in my 30 years of being in practice, that the actual adjustment really doesn't hurt. It's not a painful procedure. Okay? As a matter of fact, if the chiropractor that you're going to is trained in understanding the mechanics of how the body is, he could do different types of adjustments, or he or she can do different types of adjustments that will be painless. Now, you may feel a little bit of like apprehension or nervousness as they may put you in a position, or especially when they're holding your neck in their hands and you say, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? But for the most part, it's a very painless procedure. On the other side of that, though, when the adjustment is delivered, if that person is resisting or if that person is very, very tense, the fact that they're tense and they're in pain to start off with may give the impression that the adjustment hurt. It was just the fact that we were holding an area that was in pain. The second part to that is you'll hear a noise, what people would describe as a cracking sound, which is actually a cavitation or a release of compressed gas that's inside the spinal joint. And you can notice that if you try to crack your knuckles, that noise. But what the sound is just a release of that pressure. And sometimes people will describe it as, wow, that was a great feeling. But as far as being, is it painful? Not really. The second part is when people come from our wellness program and they're getting adjusted just for their natural health benefits, I would say 90% of that population, when they get off that table after their first adjustment, they are ecstatic. They feel so euphoric after that adjustment. Just the release of that neurological interference just causes your body just to work at a higher level of wellness. So to cover that question in brief, is the adjustment painful? Not really. It's not a painful procedure. If you look at it from the first time, if you've never been adjusted and you're watching somebody get adjusted, you may say to yourself, wow, that's painful. That looks like it's really going to hurt, because some people may connotate it to like a movie where somebody's trying to snap somebody's neck. It's not so. Okay, so if you have those fears, you can put them to rest, because there's thousands of people who go to thousands of chiropractors every day, and the truth of the matter is, most of the time it's people who've never been to chiropractors, or maybe you're a medical doctor who doesn't understand what we do, who may spread a false story about chiropractors being painful, or even worse, chiropractors hurting you. And we'll save that comment for another section. Again, this is Dr. Vatiri from the Genesis Life Wellness Center right here in the Bronx. God bless. Hope to see you soon.